Hi again. As I said, this is another video. I want to separate them. Then I would like to separate another one more note from what I said previous video. As one very unique and special note that I've got it from the auction. It was very lucky and very valuable one. So I'm gonna skip all the introduction and just get on to the notes because it's a continuation from the last video. So these are the two special notes plus one more in the next video. I want to separate that one as a separate video so that I can share. So yeah, these two notes are my personal collection that I found very lucky and very rare, I would say. One of it, the least rare among all these two notes, is the Bank of Russia, the Russian bank, 100 ruble during the hyperinflation, 1995, 100,000 ruble. Now, I've got this one condition-wise, I would say about uncirculated. There's no wrinkles, there's no damage, so I think it's very good condition. Got it for about $30 US on my bid. Seems to be very lucky that I got this one for in the bid. If it's very high, I probably would skip. I have no intention to get in such a good pristine condition for this note. I was thinking going for extremely fine condition rather than going for higher. So but since in the auction they were having only this, and the bid number sounds very right, around 20 to 30 euros, so voila, I got the note. Nobody seems to bid or challenge my bid, so I won the bid. The next objective for me of getting this complete set for the 1995 would be the hardest one to get, which is the 500,000 ruble, and that one I would say the price is quite bonkers. They are actually ranging from 3,000 to 5,000 ringgit. And not anytime soon that I will get, but definitely I will try and get it once there is a good bargain. But condition wise, I don't mind getting a poorer condition for that note, just to fulfill one last note in my collection for 1995 Russia Federation before they transit to new ruble in 1997. So during the hyperinflation period, these notes are quite small in quantity. That is why they are quite expensive and quite rare to find in a better condition. The next note is very lucky, and actually I will consider my last note before Italy converted to euro. Now in my collection I have all the Italian notes of this series before they converted to euro series, not the old versions of Italian notes, but just right around 1990 1980s banknotes. I have all the denomination. It just remained there is this largest denomination of Italy's lira, which is the 500,000 lira, or how do we pronounce it in Italian is 500,000 tomila. If I hope I don't butcher the Italian word, sorry for that. Bank of Italia, Bank of Italy. Now what's so unique about this? Now most of you might have seen the unique part of this note is actually this. I didn't expect it. Actually, I was very surprised when I bid. It didn't say it was a replacement note. That's right. This is actually a replacement note. ZA and the prefix is actually a replacement note. I didn't realize it until I won and looked into it more detail, and the auction house didn't actually describe this note as a replacement note. So I was quite stunned and surprised that basically I thought I was getting a normal general circulation of 500,000 lira, which what I've bid is on par of its price of a hefty 250 euros. But knowing now it is actually a replacement note, I actually made a huge saving, because in the market this costs about 600 to 700 euro, so it's a 50% discount. So consider this as, for me, is very lucky. And the condition wise, I say it's about uncirculated. The only disadvantage is the corners here, they're quite curved, they're not sharp. So this note tells that has a sign of abuse from uncirculated to about uncirculated. The rest, the color, everything, there's no stain, there's no folds, everything is fine. Under the spectrum of light, as I check, I'll investigate. Yeah, this note to me is one of the most. Now, if you say it's Italian, I think this note do tell the whole entire Italian story. This sums up what's being Italian. You have Raffredo or Raphael, the famous artist during the Renaissance period, and his famous iconic painting is the School of, if I'm not mistaken, this is called the School of Athens. I believe this is called the School of Athens, if I'm not mistaken. This is a very famous work by Raphael, and to me it is majestic. To have such an artwork of of a great artist onto a banknote, already the artwork on the paint is magnificent already, and put it onto the banknote, having the engravers to copy the grandmaster's artwork into intaglio print is sublime. To me, it is very, very beautiful. Among all the Italian banknotes, I would say this is the most beautiful, elegant. The rest, the 100,000, the 50,000 lira, they're quite geometrical shapes. You'll see a lot of this kind of patterns, geometrical shapes, but not so much of floral and elegance of the artwork. This to me is the grand masterpiece being portrayed on a banknote. And this type of banknote, 500,000 lira, is very short-lived, because they were printed in the late 1990s. If I'm not mistaken, they start issuing 500,000 lira in 1996. Before the coming of 2002, they were converted to euro. So these notes are very short-lived. There are three variations of collection in value-wise. This is a replacement note, XA. AA is the first prefix, and the normal one is AB until AD, if I'm not mistaken. The quantity for this note's print is very small, because again, from 1996 they started printing, which already most of the European countries agreed to convert, or in the progress in converting their currency to euro. This were alongside during that transition period, before it actually happened in 2002. They printed a new denomination note, 500,000. It's a spectacular moment of time. So yeah, that's okay. Thank you very much. This is the second last part of today's that I would like to say what I've got from the auction house. The next video one would be a very special one to me, and also probably to many collectors who collects the United States currency. So thank you, and see you next video.